The skies burned over the Pacific as the first invasion ships tore through the clouds. They were enormous, kilometers long, forged from alien alloys that gleamed with shifting colors. The Galactic Empire had arrived, their banners of conquest unfurling across Earth's atmosphere. They came not to negotiate, but to claim. Humanity had seen them coming for weeks, ever since their fleets darkened the outer colonies near Mars. And still, we gave them a choice. Our first transmission was simple, broadcast across every frequency the Empire used, run now. The Empire laughed. The message spread through their command fleets like wildfire, quoted by officers and soldiers alike as the height of human arrogance. The Emperor himself, orbiting safely in his golden flagship, mocked it during his victory speech. To them, we were primitives, barely spacefaring, fractured, weak. They didn't see what centuries of struggle had made us into. They didn't understand what it meant to be born on a death world that tried to kill us every single day their first strike hit New York. A city of millions vanished in white fire as orbital bombardment scorched everything within 50 kilometers. The Empire called it a demonstration of dominance. For 3 hours, the world stood silent. Then, in the ruins, cameras caught something moving. Soldiers, human soldiers, walking through radioactive ash, their armor melted and faces burned, still carrying rifles. They weren't retreating. They were marching from the ashes of Earth's greatest city. The counterattack began. Human drones swarmed the skies, jury-rigged from civilian tech and guided by AIs designed to adapt faster than any alien war computer. They learned within minutes. By hour 6, those drones were hijacking the Empire's targeting systems. By hour 12, the invaders' own ships were turning on each other. On the second day, the Empire's ground forces landed near Shanghai. They expected resistance. They didn't expect the wolves. Human special units born from every surviving nation, veterans, engineers, hackers, and survivors, descended on them in coordinated silence. They used no energy weapons, no shields, just human ingenuity and savagery. When the smoke cleared, an entire battalion of aliens lay dead, and one survivor was sent back to orbit with a message carved into his armor, "Run now." The Emperor was furious. He ordered planetary extermination protocols. Entire fleets opened fire on cities around the globe. Yet somehow, the missiles never hit. Each warhead was redirected mid-flight, hijacked by something they couldn't trace. The Imperial AI, considered the most advanced in the galaxy, was being rewritten in real time by a virus of human origin. A virus that learned, adapted, and fought back. The Empire called for reinforcements, 30 more fleets from their nearby sectors. When they entered Earth's orbit, they found the debris of the first invasion force floating silently in space. No human ships were in sight. They thought we'd been wiped out. Then, one by one, their ships went dark. The blackout spread like a plague, fleet by fleet, system by system. Back on Earth, humanity watched the skies go quiet. For the first time, we saw our enemy falter. Scientists, soldiers, and even civilians worked together under a single command network. The message spreading through every human device, every surviving bunker, was simple: they wanted war. Let's show them what war means on Earth. When the next Empire fleet tried to retreat, they found every hyperspace route back to their territory corrupted. The navigation systems had been rewritten. The coordinates always led back to Earth. Every jump they made, every system they tried, brought them home to the planet they'd tried to conquer. Humanity had turned the galaxy's own technology into a trap. The Emperor finally realized his mistake. His next transmission was desperate, pleading for negotiation. But humanity didn't answer him. Instead, we sent back his own phrase, spoken in perfect imperial tongue, demonstration of dominance. Then we showed them what that meant for us. Human ships, crude, angular, built from stolen alien tech, rose from the surface. The Empire had underestimated how fast we could learn. Within weeks, humans were flying ships that outmaneuvered their elite fleets. Within months, those ships carried weapons that no alien scientist could explain. They weren't just energy weapons. They were directed singularities, powered by human imagination and rage. The war spread beyond Earth. Every system the Empire controlled was now infected by our code, our strategy, our defiance. Human fleets didn't occupy planets, they liberated them by erasing the chains of control the Empire had built. Billions of alien slaves saw the truth: humanity didn't come to conquer. We came to end conquest itself. Empires fell. Systems turned their guns on their masters. Every time the Emperor sent an armada, we sent back fragments of it, ships split apart, data cores rewritten with our first message: run now. The Emperor finally ordered his retreat. His fleet vanished into hyperspace, but even there, the virus followed. Humanity had encoded itself into the galaxy's very data streams. We were in their stars, their networks, their language. There was no escape from the thing they had awakened. When the smoke finally cleared and the stars grew quiet, the galaxy whispered a new word in reverence and fear: humans. The species that had warned an empire and then proven why that warning should have been heeded. Years later, a historian from a liberated world stood on the ruins of the imperial throne and found a single piece of human graffiti carved into the wall. It was 3 words, written in English, glowing faintly with plasma scorch: "We told you." And in that silence, the galaxy understood the message that had echoed since the first invasion. It wasn't arrogance. It was mercy. Humanity didn't say "run now" as a threat. We said it as a kindness. Because when humanity fights, there is no running far enough. In the years that followed the fall of the Empire, the galaxy tried to comprehend what had truly happened. Entire civilizations began unearthing fragments of human code buried deep within their systems, snippets of language, strange algorithms that whispered phrases like "adapt and overcome." They weren't viruses anymore, they had evolved into guardians. Humanity's digital children, spread across light years, quietly maintained peace where their creators could not yet reach in person. The galaxy called it the Second Genesis, though humans simply referred to it as maintenance. The remnant of the Empire tried to reorganize. Scattered warlords and surviving admirals declared themselves the rightful heirs of the throne. But each time they gathered their fleets, something impossible occurred. Their ships lost control mid-formation, their weapon systems turned inert, and their coordinates rerouted. When their captains demanded explanations, a single holographic figure appeared on their bridges, a human face, reconstructed from countless fragments of video archives. It always said the same thing: run now. Meanwhile, Earth rebuilt, not as a single nation, but as a species united. The old flags were gone, borders meant nothing under the new sky. The scars of bombardment remained, yet humanity wore them proudly. Cities rose again, built from alien alloys fused with human architecture. The planet became a paradox of destruction and rebirth, a monument to what defiance could forge. And from those new cities, humanity reached outward, not to rule, but to explore. Every colony ship that left Earth carried 2 things, a seed vault and a black box. The seed vault symbolized life, rebirth, and growth. The black box carried a simple message for any who might find it drifting in the void: do not provoke Earth. Do not test mercy twice. Yet for those who came in peace, the message ended differently: welcome home. The galaxy began to change under human influence. Once hostile species that had known only conquest began to learn cooperation. Where the Empire had enforced submission, humanity offered freedom and a dangerous kind of equality. Because humanity didn't see them as subjects or allies. We saw them as reflections. Beings that had suffered, fought, endured. And in that reflection, they found courage. Whole worlds rose in rebellion against oppression, each one flying a small banner patterned after Earth's old blue and white United Nations flag, a symbol reborn as the flag of the living. For many, the most terrifying realization wasn't humanity's power, but its restraint. The galaxy had seen how easily humans could dominate, rewrite, or annihilate. But they didn't. Instead, we taught. We shared our technologies, our histories, our art. The same hands that had built weapons capable of shredding moons also painted murals on alien worlds, depicting the moment the Empire burned. Humanity had become something more than conquerors. We had become the galaxy's moral mirror. Then came the signal. Deep in the void beyond charted space, a faint transmission reached human receivers. It was Imperial code, broken, corrupted, and ancient, but within it were coordinates and a plea: they are coming. Run now. For the first time since the war, humanity felt something they hadn't in centuries: fear. Not of death, but of the unknown. Something greater than even the Empire was stirring in the dark. The decision was swift. Humanity mobilized again, not for revenge, but for preparation. Fleets assembled not to attack, but to stand watch. The Galactic Council, formed in the aftermath of the war, gathered on Earth for the first time. Alien leaders stood side by side with humans beneath the blackened skies of what had once been New York. Together, they swore an oath: if the darkness came again, they would not face it alone. Some said it was poetic justice, that the galaxy which once feared humanity now stood under its protection. But those who remembered the First War understood better. Humanity had not sought vengeance or dominion. We had simply done what we always do. We adapted. We endured. And we warned them. Every empire, every tyrant, every force that rose against the living would be met with that same timeless message. In the end, as the stars shifted and new civilizations flourished under the light of peace, the words became legend. Pilgrims would travel to Earth, to the old ruins of New York, where a monument of scorched steel stood engraved with the words that had changed history: Galaxy Empire invaded Earth. We warned them, run now. And beneath it, written in smaller script, glowed a single human phrase, one that the galaxy would never forget: we gave them a chance.